Of that. It's the news story dominating the headlines after Nicola Bulley mysteriously disappeared while walking her dog in a Lancashire village 11 days ago.
With police saying their primary theory is that she fell into the river, despite them not finding any evidence to suggest it. Private teams of divers have joined the search.
Well, before we talk to former undercover detective for the Met, Peter Bleksley, about his latest developments, we could join Isla Traquair, who's live on the scene. Isla, good to see you this morning. So what's happening there today?
Hi, well, you're indeed coming live on the scene and unfolding as we speak. This is the specialist search team with the sonar equipment. They've just gone in the water. I'm following them round the bend of the river. We're actually following them round to the area where this bench is, where her phone was found, still connected to a work call, but muted, the dog harness and an agitated dog. If she fell in the water, this is where they suspect that she would have gone in. Now, the police did do a search dive team there that afternoon, the afternoon she went missing 11 days ago. And they believe that if she was in the water, they would have found her. However, this independent search team, highly specialised with the sonar equipment, you can see Peter Folding, he is the lead specialist at the top of the boat there. They're going round just to be absolutely thorough. And they say that if she is in that water, they will find her. Now, sorry to get so graphic with this, but when a body has been in the water between 6 and 8 days, it usually will surface. They would have expected this. It is a very slow-moving river. So again, they don't think she would have gone too far. So they're confident that they will find her if she's in the water. I spoke to the lead specialist, Peter Folding, earlier. Here's what I had to say.
Well, I've been working on a specialist search since 1997, and I've worked on lots of weird ones, including Peter Tobin and all the big serial killers, but this is an unusual one. This is baffling. It's baffling me, it's baffling the police. The only evidence we've got here is the mobile phone and the harness. Now, if she's not here, there's either a third party or she's disappeared. If she's not in this river, she's just disappeared off the face of the earth.
So as you heard here, his gut instinct is that she's not in the river. However, the police are saying that their hypothesis is that she fell in. The reason they're saying that is it really is like she vanished. There are cameras on the various exits. Now, there is a camera at the back of where the caravan park is. If it had been on, it would have captured the whole area. So she's vanished. So they're just baffled as to where she could be. I spoke to one of Nicola's close friends earlier. She too believes that it's unlikely that she fell in the water.
The police are working tirelessly, and we're really pleased that they're working so hard and making every effort to try and find Nikki, which is what we all want. They are working on theories though, and it's factual evidence that we really need to try and find some answers to what's happened. Hopefully the SGI team that are here are going to help with that.
So as she said, they're trying to base things on evidence. The problem is there just isn't much evidence. In the meantime, her long-term partner, her 2 daughters, devastated, this whole community affected. As I drove through last night, every lamppost has the missing poster with her face on it. So we should find out in the next 24 hours whether or not Nicola Bulley is in this water or not.
Isla, thank you very much. Just hope for the family's sake they find out some information soon. Right, here in the studio, we're joined by former Met Detective Peter Bleksley. Welcome to you. You think it's unusual, don't you, that the police led with this river story so early? I mean, we're sort of saying there's no evidence to it. Maybe they have got evidence that we don't know about, but you still find it strange.
Yes, normally in cases like this, you'll hear the police use language like we're keeping an open mind or we're exploring all avenues and such like. But on Friday at the press conference by Superintendent Riley, she was pretty unequivocal that their working hypothesis, their theory, was that Nicola had gone into the water. Now, if they have some evidence to support that, which they're not making public, then now is definitely the time, if not way too late, for them to make that evidence public.
You have suggested that this could be sparked, this particular approach, this unusual approach, by comments made by Chief Constable Andy Marsh.
Yes, because only a few days ago, when the Hillsborough apology was given by the police. People may remember that 34 years after the Hillsborough tragedy that killed 97 people, the police, as an organisation, finally apologised for the dreadful behaviour that led to all the torture for all the relatives of so many people who lost their lives. And Andy Marsh said that day, he's the CEO of the College of Policing, so basically the body that hands down the policies that police will follow. He said from now on, the British police will act with candour, which means to be truthful and straightforward. Whether this is the first effort of the police in a notable case to try and be straightforward, perhaps somehow has backfired on them, only time will tell.
I mean, the thing is, there is so much speculation with this case, isn't there? And how much, sort of, as the public, are we entitled to know? How much should we know? Because this is an active, ongoing case. Are we entitled to know things?
Oh, I think we are now, most definitely, because this, as it stands, is a missing persons inquiry. If, for example, it was a homicide inquiry, then the police would be perfectly entitled to hold some evidence back if they were looking for a particular offender or were building a case for to go to court later on, for example. But this is a missing persons case, which is dominating the headlines. The police have asked that the public don't speculate, but of course, one person's theory is another person's speculation. And of course, Nicola's friends and family are working on theories. When there's a void of information, it will get filled by speculation.
Isn't this a case, though, that because of the amount of true crime TV, we, as the public, the viewers, have got to the point where you expect to be told, you want to know. But this is, as you will know from your investigations, this is still a straightforward investigation. The police will be working on it, and they may be holding information back. They may know something vital, and why the hell should we be told it? And the police have said that they've analysed Nicola's mobile phone and Fitbit data, but Detective Superintendent Rebecca Smith said yesterday it was not possible to provide every piece of information to the public because to do so would detract from the investigation. You said you'd like them to explain more. When you were a detective, surely that's the last thing you would have expected to have had to do.
Well, I want to hear what form of evidence, what type of evidence.
Why should we know if it's part of an investigation?
Because it may help so many people that are on that riverbank this morning, Nicola's family, Nicola's friends. Granted, the police may have told them that and asked them not to make it public. But this is a case which has gripped the nation, is getting blanket coverage, and when the police say don't speculate, yet they leave such a huge window open through which people are going to speculate, it's human nature.
It's a shame Isla saying there that on the back of the caravan that the camera wasn't working there. What a shame that is. But there is this mobile phone and Fitbit data, and you think that that is key. Why?
Well, Fitbits, just for viewers who don't know what they are, is a device largely worn on your wrist which will track physical activity, heart rate and particular steps, whether you're walking, running or swimming, because many of the more expensive Fitbit models are waterproof to a depth of 50 metres. Now, let me just hypothesise for a moment, please, as opposed to speculate.
OK.
Say, for example, I was wearing a Fitbit and I was sitting here for the minutes while this conversation is going ahead. So that Fitbit would show that I was static, that I wasn't moving. If I then, after some minutes being still, get up and take just a few steps to walk off set before perhaps becoming static again, those few steps would be synced, if it was synced, to a phone or the iCloud or so on and so forth. You know, it's pretty precise data. So if the police say they've looked at the Fitbit, which they have, and they have Fitbit data, which might support their theory that Nicola's gone into the water, I really don't think it's unreasonable to make that public.
Unless that
information
is pointing to something else which they're working on currently.
Indeed.
We mustn't forget in all of this, and it continues to be speculation, obviously, that there is a family here, there are friends, there's Paul, Nicola's partner, who says, I have 2 little girls who miss their mummy desperately and who need her back. This has been such a tough time for the girls especially, but also for me and all of Nicola's family and friends. If anyone has any information which could help find Nicola, I urge them to get in touch with the police and help us provide the answers we all so badly need. So I reiterate that if you have any information at all that could help the investigation into Nicola's disappearance, information is now on your screen.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to see you. Right.